your host. So, like I said, I posted a couple of videos before Christmas. Yeah, before Christmas, all that stuff got copyrighted. So, I wanted to try to switch it up and do something different. So, I'm going to do it with this new series I've been binge watching, My Unfamiliar Family. Okay, so I'm going to show you a quick trailer. And then I am going to give you not necessarily a review just yet. I'm still watching it. I'm on episode 11. I'm going to get you guys caught up from episode 1 all the way through 11, paraphrasing what's going on. And then I'm going to show you a couple of clips, maybe one or two clips of what I'm thinking the show is about and how the show is going so far. So here we go. Here's the trailer.
네가 날 알아?
몰라.
무슨 일 있어? 은주? 은희? 지우 중에 누구?
나 사고 쳤어.
가족인데 진짜 아무것도 모르나 봐.
제 나이요?
1982년이요?
아버지.
쟤 요즘 연애 시작했네? 거기 알바랑 반말 트더라?
수기 씨때 기억나요? 이긴 사람이 진 사람한테 뽀뽀해주기였는데.
기억 안 난다는 거 다 거짓말이죠?
가족의 문제가 뭔지 알아? 할 말을 안 하는 거야.
이러면 안 되는데 엄마가 너무 싫어.
진짜 나도 이제 잔소리 들을 나이 아니고 언니.
해.
짱나 좀 가라고 좀.
야,
너 왜 그래?
나 너네 아빠랑 갈라설 난다. 이 아파트 팔아 나누자.
이 집 네가 샀냐?
All right, guys. So I kind of messed up during the recording of this earlier, so I have to redo it. But I got better lighting, so you're gonna see I'm shooting the beginning part first, and then I'm shooting the beginning part over again, and the light's gonna go off in the second part. So forgive me. So here we are. Let me see. I just showed you the trailer. So right now I'm going over characterization. So, you know, if you've been watching a couple of channels that episodes or videos that I have posted, I like to talk about actors. So here we go. This is a show. All right. I'm going to butcher the names. Forgive me. So first and foremost, why I started watching the series is this actress right here. Jojo Home. Forgive me. So I started watching this for her. She plays Ijun. And let's get into her real quick. All right. So I know her from Little Women. Dang it. Video went out again. I'm sorry. So I know her from Little Women. Little Women, to me, I'm only on episode 2 or 3, but it's not as engaging. I'm sorry, it isn't. It isn't as engaging as this. I started watching this 2 days ago, and I've already on episode 11, Little Women. I think I'm on episode 2 or 3. Not entirely too sure. She played a small role, but she's played a small role in it, but it was significant. Her role pretty much starts the whole story. I haven't finished it to see how it ended. But that's where I know her from. I felt like, oh, she's a good actress. I liked her in it. So I said, okay, let's see what else she plays in. And it's usually how I find my shows. If you were wondering how I get into a lot of Korean shows, I'm either going to read the synopsis, the plot, or an actress or an actor that I like. I'll go ahead and follow them and watch it. But it's mainly actresses. Not many actors, maybe like 2 or 3. I don't know how to pronounce their names, but 2 or 3 I can think of off the top of my head that I said, okay, let me go see what else they're in. They did a very good job in this. I haven't seen Narco Saints yet. I know it's on Netflix. I will probably watch that. I want to say Green Mothers Club is either on Viki or on Netflix. I know this is on Netflix. I haven't watched that yet. And then A Man Called God. I saw that a long time ago. I don't think I finished it. I think a long time ago. Look, she was in that. Oh, she took a big break. Let me see. Her last TV series from here was 2010. And then, 2009 and 2010. Oh, yeah. So it looks like 2010 she took a break and then came back to acting in 2019. She took like 9 years off or something. I don't know. Maybe she was on a series for a very long time. But it looks like she took a long time off. How old is she? Okay, she's a couple years older than me, so she was probably in college around that time. 2010. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely college. Yeah. She might have got a master's or something because she's a couple years older than me. So she probably, had kids, something maybe somewhere around that time. Because 2010 is graduate from college. So yeah. All right. So this is Joel John. Not killing it. All right. And let's go back one. All right. Sorry about that. Let me see. So I know this guy from different things. Like I said, for the camera cutoff, I know him from My Shy Boss, another Mrs. O. Let me see another one. I think it was another one. Slave Hunters. I remember that one. I think Slave Hunters is the first Korean show I've ever watched. I think it was back in 2020. I mean 2014, 2013. Not sure about Angel Eyes. I gotta just check and see what that is. But they usually have him playing some type of snob or bad guy or something like that. So I was very surprised to see him playing a pretty decent guy in this one. I ain't gonna hold you all. Like I thought he was gonna be a butthole. All right, let's go over here. And here we are. Good, we're still here. All right, so let me give you a rundown of what's going on with the series real quick. So from episode, let's start off with the trailer and go from there. So as you saw, the father basically got in a little accident, and they're not too sure if he was trying to commit suicide or not. So with the accident, he ends up can't remember anything past a certain date, and it's him at 22 years old. The reason that date is so significant is that is when he proposed to his wife. Now they have 3 children. The son is right here on the screen, and then I showed you the 2 daughters. What is her name? Chu Jong Hong, I believe that is her name. She's the eldest daughter. She is more uptight. She's more a type 1 type of person. She's very, very smart. She's very logical. She's a very rational individual. Every as I'm watching her, I'm like, she's basically a dude. And I look at her as being a dude. She's not as emotional as her younger sister. Um, Her younger sister is the middle child. The boy is the youngest. So the younger sister, being the middle child, she's basically trying to, um, I guess, how should I say this? Not show favoritism, just play nice with everybody. She takes her mom's side quite a bit because her father favors the older daughter, the eldest child, the older daughter. So she's always taking her mom's side. The young boy still stays at home. I believe everybody graduated. He still stays home. I want to say he's like 21 and he's very cheap. That's the sense I'm getting so far. So the dad gets in an accident. He remembers 22 years old. But leading up to the accident, so episode 1 takes its time. And this is one of the things that I love about Korean drama and British mystery shows. They take their time. The whole episode leads up to, for the most part, up into the accident, and that's when the story begins. So leading up to there, the wife wants I cannot stand this term. Me being a married man, it does not make any sense. But the wife tells the husband, "Hey, I want a graduation from marriage." I think that's just a translation. I didn't realize that when I looked at the trailer. She said a split. They want to split. They never said split at all in a series. The translation on Netflix is a graduation from marriage. I don't know what that's about. I know Tia Mary said that. One of the sisters from Sisters over here in America said that. That's no. You How can you graduate from death do you part? That does not make any sense to me. But that's another rant. So the husband is pretty upset. The wife is ready to move on. That's all. That's what we're getting in the first couple of episodes. We see the relationships between the children and the parents. Like I said, the middle child always takes mom's side. The elder child takes dad's side, but the elder child is very logical. She is extremely logical. There's like no emotion whatsoever. We find out as the story goes along, the elder child had to take care of the middle sister and the younger brother. The elder child was always working. She was working 2 jobs while going to school. She was hustling and bustling. The mom was at home. The dad, he works in diesel trucks, and I believe they have shift work over there where you could take a double shift to get more money. And he did that every day from I want to say 22 years old all the way up to 60. So right now he's 60 years old, and the mother and him are graduating from marriage, basically getting a divorce. The kids obviously don't want it. So he's been working double shifts his whole entire life. As the story progresses, we come to find out why she wants a divorce, why he was working his behind off, and why the elder daughter is just so logical and cold and just, to herself. And she's like that with everybody. She's like, there was a scene, I want to say episode 8 or 9, where a family friend sees her crying in the playground by herself. She's just fed up. And I'm talking about the elder sister right now. Elder daughter, elder sister. She's just fed up with everything. And it's a flashback to how she was in college. Working 2 jobs, going to school, providing, for the family. Because the dad wasn't there. He was always working. And because he was always working, she basically had to help raise everybody and pay the bills. But she didn't express her emotions to her family. Not at all. Nothing. Didn't say anything. The family friend saw it. Didn't say anything to anybody. She came um, in from the playground crying with a popsicle. Like nothing ever happened. She was cool. Okay. She is married to a doctor. There's a little drama there. Okay. There's a little drama there. I'm going to get to that in a minute. I ain't going to hold you. I'm going to get to that in a minute. So let's talk about the mother and the husband, because this is where everything begins. This is what the whole storyline is centered around. So as the father goes back to his 22-year-old self, we come to find out, the audience and the children, that he treated the mother very kindly. He calls the mother by her last, I want to say by her last name, her maiden last name. That's what he calls her. He calls her, he shows respect. He's holding the door for her. He's waiting for her to get in the car. He's doing all these things like, hey, all these years, Dad ain't never did that. Dad play games. Dad, you know what a fruit is? There's one scene where he goes, he comes back from the hospital. He's like, the son is driving, the middle daughter and the son is driving the mother and the dad back to the house from the hospital. And he's like, hey, there's a fruit shop. It's like, what? That fruit shop? You know what fruits are? It's like, what you mean? I ain't never, your mother loves tangerines. I never stopped to go get your mother a tangerine, even though the shop is right around the corner. No. So it's okay. So he's feeling like, why would I not do that at 60? All right. And I kind of skimmed through the fact that he didn't remember his kids. So he doesn't remember his kids. He doesn't remember everything. He thinks he's 22 years old. So I did skim over that. But that's, for the most part, that's what it is. So it's like, yeah, I never stopped. So he gets off. He get out the car, go get a tangerine. It's like, your mother likes tangerines. It's like, the gentleman that runs the fruit stop's like, you're getting this for your wife. And he calls her by her name, Mrs. Last name. She likes Korean melons. Dad's like, wait, hold up. Korean melons? What you talking about? She likes tangerines. Hey, come here. Tells his wife, come here. You like tangerines, right? She looking perturbed, a little bit perturbed. All right. And he's like, what? Korean melons? Like, really? That's what you like? So she said, I like both. So he gets both. Dad is competitive. The dad asks the son. The dad's like, hey, your mother likes tangerines, right? The son's like, yeah, I got you. Son's like, why do I feel like I got a brother now? When did dad get so competitive? It's like, okay, now we're starting to see some things. So the dad doesn't understand why all these things that he promised to do, because he got this thing and he calls keeping score. He says, As a husband, I'm going to maintain a score of 99%, meaning 99 or 100% being the best husband, I can be. At this point, she's having flashbacks of all the worst times through these years. Him yelling at her, throwing food, all this chaos confusion that he causes. He gets home, he don't want to do nothing after working a double. He just sitting down watching TV. He don't want to do nothing. And she's catered to him. Okay, so now we as the audience, we find out that, hey, this is why she's not feeling him. She doesn't want to deal with him. Is because, I'm not gonna say he was a bum, but around the house he didn't do much of anything, and he just yelled and threw things at her. The kids doesn't know he likes to play games. When after the accident, his son was playing games with him. He's like, Dad, I didn't even know you knew how to play games. He's like, what are you talking about? Your mother loves this game. Play this. I think I got that right. We don't play all the time. He bought the board the board game for his wife, I believe. I might be wrong on that, but the point is, the kids at 20 some years old, the youngest one, and then the elder siblings being married off, they really don't know their father, right? So their relationship as the husband is back to being 22 years old. He is treating her with all this kindness, all this just excitement, and just his old ways. And the mother is angry. She's like, why are you treating me like this? Stop doing this. This isn't you. All the while, the doctors say, do not tell him what's going on. Let the memories come back. So she can't say, hey, we're getting a divorce. She can't say anything. We're getting a divorce. This is what it is. She's like trying to bite her tongue, And they do this for a couple of episodes. I want to say all the way up to like probably episode 7, 8. They do this for a minute. So that's pretty much the gist of them. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead into the eldest daughter. So the eldest daughter, her and her husband has some type of cold relationship. Don't know why. She goes to a coffee shop and she gets her coffee there, but she spends a lot of time there. She's speaking very casually to the barista, I think that's how you pronounce it, barista, that works there. So we as an audience are getting the wrong idea that there's something going on between them. No. We're going to get it. We're going to dive in deep with that drama right now. So we're thinking they're getting together. Turns out, one, the barista knows more than he's letting on about her relationship with her husband. The barista says, hey, you gonna need to tell her the truth. Before you go to this seminar in New Zealand talking to these doctors, you need to tell her the truth because I know somebody that you know what you're about, right? Leading up to this, the husband leaves the computer at home, knowing he needs the computer for work. He leaves it open in his office. He comes back home, gets the computer, leaves. The wife is like, hey, you could have called me. I would have took it to you. She's trying to be nice. Another thing that's going on between them, she had a miscarriage. I want to say they've been together for 5 years. She had a miscarriage a year ago prior till. You're not supposed to be drinking coffee. I believe that's the impression that I'm getting. Excuse me. That's the impression I'm supposed to be getting. You're not supposed to be drinking coffee. So her going to the cafe, getting coffee, very strong coffee, with this barista and talking to him signifies that she's done trying to get pregnant. She's done. So, AKA, she's done with the relationship, basically. Tensions. I want to say tensions are high between the husband and the eldest daughter, but they're both so cold they don't really talk to each other. But the tensions are kind of high. She gave up on getting pregnant after the miscarriage, and he doesn't feel any type of way. She describes him as, you're not a part of this world. You don't care about anything or anyone. You're not here. So I'm sitting here like, what's going on? Is it because she's so calculating? Is that what it is? Or is it because of him? Is he getting frustrated about the pregnancy? And it's like, you're not doing what your part. I'm trying to figure it out myself. So going back to what I was saying about the seminar, the Bartista pressures him, the doctor slash husband leaves his computer. He says, hey, he goes to his sister-in-law, second oldest, take care of your sister. I'm about to go to New Zealand. You need to take care of your sister. She's like, well, this is not something you normally do. Is this all you wanted to tell me? She's like, yeah, take care of her. All right, cool. The sister, I guess I have to talk about this. So the second oldest, I'm gonna come back to the older child. I gotta mention this. So the second oldest and the elder sister don't get along. So going into the backstory of the second oldest, she basically had a 9-year relationship with her boyfriend. Never popped the question of getting married or anything. She finds out that he is sleeping around with somebody because the woman confronted her with her friend, confronted the second oldest, said, hey, we're having relationships. The second oldest is not really, she's upset, but she's not upset. And what I mean is when the other woman mentions, hey, I go there and I have dinner not only with your supposed boyfriend of 9 years, but also his best friend. That right there, that pissed her off. So she goes over there, confronts not the boyfriend, not her boyfriend. Okay. She don't confront her own boyfriend of 9 years that's cheating on her. She confronts the best friend because that's what really hurts. Why didn't you tell me? We were friends first. You didn't tell me this dude was cheating on me this whole time. He's like, what do you think? You're tired. You're working all the time. You don't want to do nothing on the weekends. What do you think a healthy young man is going to do, regardless of y'all dating for 9 years? Where's this relationship going? He didn't pop the question after 9 years. What do you think? She cuts off ties. She says, I'm not going to talk to you ever again. I'm done with you. She cuts off ties with him. The sister had just went through a miscarriage. Okay, she had just went through. Oh, okay, yeah, the miscarriage was in the beginning of the relationship. I remember now. So the elder sister had just went through a miscarriage. The younger sister called her for support. That's not what she get. Elder sister is logical and she can be cold. She told her like it is. What you think gonna happen after 9 years? I don't understand. Y'all been together for 9 years and nobody popped the question. Like, I didn't like him anyway. So the second oldest was pissed. And I get it. She was pissed. But the elder sister was right. That's just my opinion. So what she does, she cuts off ties with her sister too. Mind you, she don't know her older sister just had a miscarriage and what she's going through. The older sister's cold. She keeps things in. She doesn't express herself. Okay. She doesn't tell anybody what's going on with her. Okay. Like I said, she cries in the playground when she was stressed back in college. She's not going to tell the family about the miscarriage. Okay. So she cuts off ties with her sister. They did this for 5 years. 5 years. She cut off ties. She cut off ties for 5 years with her sister, and she cut off ties with her ex-best friend who knew of her boyfriend cheating on her. Cut off ties. Right? Meaning they didn't talk or anything for what? 5 years. She would not talk to anybody for 5 years. That's what it was about. Okay. That's a little crazy to me, but whatever. 5 years. And fast forward back into present time with the doctor and the husband. So the doctor takes the opportunity of the two sisters talking. Clearly, the two sisters are talking because their father was hurt. 22 years, he was hurt. He doesn't remember anything after 22 years. He doesn't remember anything other than when he's 22 years old. That's it. Okay. So the sisters came back together and started speaking and talking to one another. So the doctor, the husband, takes advantage of this, says, hey, watch out. I need you to watch over your sister. My sister don't really want my help. Well, you still need to watch over her anyway. cool. He tells her that, the sleeping pills, this is why everybody thinks the father was trying to commit suicide. The bottle was empty, but there was nothing in his system. But the bottle was empty. Okay? So you need to watch over your sister. He leaves, go to New Zealand. Younger sister gets drunk. Older sister takes her back to the house. She wakes up. Younger sister needs to charge her phone, right? She goes into the husband's office, and sure enough, he left the computer. He left his computer open. She charges her phone. As she is sobering up, she sees his private chat room. Turns out, okay? Now, I ain't gonna lie. I was not expecting this, okay? Turns out, homeboy is homosexual, okay? Guys, I gotta be mindful of my words on the internet. He's homosexual, okay? He's homosexual, and he's been keeping it a secret. The wife has no idea. So the sister is like, younger sister is distraught. Older sister walks in, says, "What are you doing in here?" Of course, younger sister closes the computer. She doesn't want, the sister to see. She takes it, she looks at it, finds out, all hell breaks loose. She is pissed off. A lot of things are starting to make sense. He didn't care about the pregnancy. He's so cold. He just seems like he just can't stand her. All hell breaks loose. Okay. It's crazy. That storyline basically turns out that the Bautista is how should I say this? The Bautista is also homosexual, and his boyfriend left him to go with the doctor. Right? Stole his money to go with the doctor. Dr. Bautista wanted to find out who was the man that, his boyfriend left him for, found out it was the doctor, then was going to cause chaos and confusion to the elder sister. Okay? That's that storyline. She's all confused about it. She eventually confronts him. They're definitely going to get a divorce. I don't think this plot point is very strong in the story myself. They do build it up, but I don't think after that, that's it. The problem here is the older sister gets that information about the husband. The father, remember, he's 22. He's in his age. He's 22 years old in his mind. He let slip in front of his son that the elder sister is not his. He was trying to confirm, hey, did the kids know about this? And she's like, we decided never to, the wife was like, we decided never to speak about it. So don't ever speak about it. He's like, oh, okay, I'm just making sure. I don't know. I don't know what's going on these, couple of years. Son, pretty much his storyline is he can't deal with nothing. So he quiet. He's just very quiet. He's sleeping at work. He's over there. We're not going to discuss that. So the elder sister is dealing with that. So she's, I think she kind of knows. I thought she kind of knew, but it turns out she didn't. Episode 10, the mother finally confronts her because the younger child figures it out. I mean, not the younger child, the middle child figures it out. The sister figures it out. Says, hey, mom, you need to confront her and let her know. She tells her, so she's dealing with that. She's dealing with the father's accident. She's dealing with a whole lot, the elder sister. Plot point for the middle child. She's in a love triangle, and she's the other woman. I ain't got nothing for that. Clearly, she likes the best friend. So that childhood friend that I mentioned earlier that saw the elder sister crying in the playground is this childhood friend. The one that she cut off. The one that the childhood friend is the give me a second. The childhood friend that caught the elder sister sleeping in the playground is also the same friend that she got upset about that knew about her boyfriend cheating that she cut off for 5 years. Same guy. Okay? Same guy. So, with that being said, I'm going to say it one more time. The childhood friend that used to come over to home that caught the older sister crying in the playground is also the same friend that knew that her boyfriend was cheating on her because the boyfriend and him stayed in the same apartment. Okay? Same person. With that being said, knowing that that's the same person, she clearly has feelings for him. Okay? She clearly has feelings. They match. They what's the word I'm looking for? They banter quite often. They get along quite well. So it's just kind of weird to me. It's just kind of weird to me that they're dragging out this whole storyline. I'm on episode 11, and I guess there's just nothing there. She clearly likes. I won't say clearly likes him, but she is attracted to him. She likes him, okay, and he likes her. So they're dragging this out through the whole series. All right, now where do I want to get to? So by episode, I want to say 10, the father's memories are coming back, and he's just dealing with the fact that there's so much secrets. There's so much secrets. He's just, hey, what have I been doing this whole time? Why have I been yelling? What's going on with me? My 22-year-old self would not do this. What am I been doing at 60? He doesn't understand it. The main issue with this family is secrets, communication. That is my takeaway. There is no communication with everybody. They have family meetings, but don't discuss what's really going on. People's emotions no, I can't even say that. There's some scenes like, all right, you say what you had to say, I'm leaving. I'm going. Just to leave. It's like, everybody has, like, the mother, like I said, the mother was pregnant by another man and married their father. The father raised his child as his own, the elder child as his own. That's secret one. The father got in an accident. I'm just finding this out in episode 10. Got in an accident when he got his new truck, hit some kid, and this little boy damaged his leg. The little boy's handicapped forever. The father took on that responsibility, which is why he was working so much, to basically help raise this kid. Right? It was just the grandmother and the kid. When the grandmother passed, he kept on raising the kid. Okay? Kid got married, had a child. He's still helping the kid, still help raising him. That was his big secret. Then there was a misunderstanding that his wife still kept in contact with his eldest daughter's father. And that's why he got all cold and he was angry. And all his flashbacks of throwing food, yelling, throwing chairs. That's why. It was a misunderstanding. This whole entire time was a misunderstanding. Now, the wife is at fault too. Some of y'all will be like, well, it's his fault. No. The wife felt a certain type of way. And I think the difference is going to be culture. I may not understand the culture of Koreans, but the wife didn't challenge him, didn't say anything either. She didn't say nothing. Didn't ask him why he was upset, nothing. She assumed because he was working and he was coming back late that he had another family. So when she went riding around with him because his 22-year-old self in his head said, hey, you ain't never been in the truck with me? Never? I never invited you in the truck? Not once? She came, riding with him. She was like, I knew this day was going to come when she saw the now man that he's been taking care of all this time, it's like, hey, Dad, where you been? Come to find out, dude was in an accident. Not dude, the father of the 22-year-old was in an accident. He knew This gets confusing without names, but I'm horrible at pronouncing names, so I do apologize. But it's a very, very good series. Misunderstanding. He wasn't cheating on her. He didn't have another family. He was rushing to get home to see his beautiful daughters that he got in an accident and was taking care of his family. And not only was he taking care of the boy, he also we find out that he has a bank account to give back his eldest daughters. Remember I said that she was working 2 jobs, going to school, providing for the family because he was working so much? And the mother this whole time thought he was just providing for another family. He was also paying her back. He gives her a bank account fully paying her back for all the hard work she did in college. I'm sitting here like, God dang, that dude was working his butt off. He was working, I ain't gonna lie. So now it looks like the mother is just like, oh, you're divorcing me and you got a good husband. You know, she's still upset. She's still clearly upset, but she's still clearly upset. Moving along, we come to find out also that she's been visiting a woman in a nursing home. The fruit stand guy that knows that she likes Korean melons, that's his wife. She ain't cheating. She says she goes to the community center, gets picked up in his car. She's smiling on the phone with somebody. Everybody thought that maybe she had another boyfriend on the side. Nope. That's that woman's husband. So the woman she takes care of, that's a little side note, she takes care of in a nursing home, turns out to be this man's wife. And they're just good friends. I'm sitting here thinking that's the eldest daughter, biological father. That's what I thought that was. I know he was a professor. She's very smart. We all thought they led the audience on that one. That was good. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. That was good. No. So far it's looking like the dad and the mom will get together. As of episode 11, no. She's like, we're still getting divorced because she is pissed off this whole entire time. He got all mean, vindictive, and throwing things when it was the eldest daughter wedding with the doctor. He thought he saw the biological father show up, made the mother laugh. And ever since then, he was cold. So the wife is like, this whole entire time, 5 years, you've been cold-hearted, yelling because you thought that because of that misunderstanding and you didn't say anything. I ain't gonna, she right. This whole time. And it wasn't even nothing. You could have just simply asked a question. My theory, this is now I'm going into the whole character develop. My theory and my thing is he's insecure. He comes from a poor city, and they get into the backstories of them. He comes from a poor city. He was a working man. He's not from their capital, the capital city of Korea, Seoul. He's not from there. She is. She's from a good family. And she got pregnant from another man, so the good family turned their back on her. Okay, she comes from money. The mom comes from money. He's always felt insecure to be with her. He always felt that he wasn't good enough. That's why he said and made the choices that he made. That's it. Simple. All right? And I'm not gonna lie, we do this in real life. We as humans do it in real life. That's something that people will do. Some people, we will hold on to our inferiorities and our insecurities and make it real. Sometimes it's just our heads. Sometimes people they're not even thinking what we're thinking. They don't even come up with the same assumptions as we do. But because they're inside of us, they're our own inferiorities, our own insecures, we make it real life. And that's exactly what he did. And he did that for 5 years and was cold to his wife. That is crazy to me. That is crazy. He was so secretive though. Even his truck mate was like, "Hey, you've been secretive. I didn't know what you were doing. I was just trying to save face and help you out, like guys do. But you were so secretive. I don't know if he's your son or not. I just know that you took care of him. I didn't know what was going on either. You didn't say anything. We haven't been close. Like the truck mate was like, "Hey, we haven't been close for years." It's like, dang. He was just really caught up in everything. All right, so that's the husband. Let's go back to the children. Younger brother, in this scene right here, leading up to this scene, let's talk about this scene. The younger brother's been staying. The younger brother works for, how should I say this? I need to get these names down. So let's call the best friend. He's basically the best friend. The best friend of the second oldest, the youngest sister, who she cut off for 5 years. Let's call him CH. Okay? Let's call him CH. So CH is the CEO of a company, and the younger brother works for CH. He's been working and staying here, okay, at the company. When he goes home, he doesn't talk to his mother, okay? Like I said, he found out that his mother was pregnant with his older sister before his father married. So he already knew, he found out, everybody's found out, it's on the table. Leading up to this scene as well, the father had just confessed and told the family what went down with the boy that he hit and why he's been working so hard all these years. And that he's going to stay with the boy and the boy's son because because he remembers that his wife wants to graduate from marriage, right? All this is on the table. The issue is nobody knows that the older sister, other than the second sister, is getting ready to go through a divorce, and the husband is homosexual. Okay? Nobody else, the mother doesn't know, the father doesn't know, and the brother doesn't know. It's just the two sisters. And the two sisters have been dealing with it for like 3-4 episodes now. Okay? Again, the lack of communication. The lack of communication. The father, okay, during that same meeting, when he confessed his previous crimes and raising his boy, nobody, the mother, the son, and the two sisters, didn't tell the father, hey, we all know that the eldest daughter is not yours. Nobody says nothing. And that's my problem with this family. That is right there. That's the fulcrum, the crux of the major issue in this family on this series is the lack of communication. And I'm not gonna hold you. That might be the reason why this series is so good, because I can't stand it. In my family, y'all don't know I'm married, I'm 35, I have 2 kids. I have a 13-year-old and an 11-year-old. Communication. I speak to my wife. She ain't got no choice in that. I run communication in our relationship, and I talk to my children as well. And I make sure they know what's going on. All right. Now, I don't speak to them, they're older. So if I had it to put it in terms, as far as an adult and teenager, they get 50% of that because they're smart enough to figure it out. They know what's going on. And I got to show them as a father what's going on in the real world. I communicate. I let them know what's going on. I tell them, hey, this is why I left this job. This is why I'm doing this over here. And this is what's going to affect over here. I talk to them. And I talk to my wife too. Okay, I just don't make no decisions, and that causes a lot of chaos and confusion. And that's what this show is about: chaos and confusion within this family. My unfamiliar family. Ain't nobody saying nothing, nobody talking. It's like, what are y'all doing? Y'all need to talk. Say something, speak up. It is a little frustration. A little frustrated. Now, outside my immediate family, my wife and kids, do I speak like this? Am I, communicate? Do I talk to people? No, I don't. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I probably talk more to this camera than I do my outside family and my friends. I'm an introvert. I'm very quiet. I'm not gonna hold you. This is your immediate family, though. My unfamiliar family. All right. So now I'm gonna show you this clip, and this is what I'm talking about. Mind you, they all just came to this meeting not too long ago. The older sister and the younger sister went to the job because the brother won't come home. All right. Now watch what the elder sister says. Okay. Nobody's told the father what's going on that she knows. Everybody else in the family knows he is not her biological father. But nobody told him, even the mother, that The rest of the family knows. He's in the dark. Makes no sense. That's what I'm talking about. She just gonna cut herself out of the family. Don't say nothing to nobody. Now, the reason I have an issue with this is that the dude has been raising you for however old you are. You clearly in your 30s. Clearly in your 30s, mid 30s. He been raising this whole entire time. And you're not gonna have a conversation with him about this? You're not gonna say nothing else. This is the issue in this family. The lack of communication. It is frustrating, but it's good. It draws the drama. Now I do think that okay, I ain't gonna say okay, let me give you my opinion. Now let's give you my opinion. So far, let's give a rating. So far, this is a binge-worthy show. Okay, it is. It's binge-worthy. I've been knocking it out for the last 2 days. It is good. The performance is phenomenal. I told you the actresses are good. Everybody plays a role. Very rare do if any Americans are watching this, very rarely is there a Korean show where the acting's not on par. They pick the right people to play the right roles. Always. I don't care if the storyline is horrible. The actors are going to play their roles. Very good. Young, old, it doesn't matter. They're going to play their role. I give it so far from episode 1 to where I am right now, episode 11, I'm going to give the show a 9. The show is solid. I normally don't do drama shows. When I say drama, what I mean a lot of chaos and confusion. Dramatic shows, I can do dramatic shows, or dramatic and suspense, thriller, I can do that. This is real life, just straight drama, secrets, a little bit of betrayal, love triangles. I normally don't do stuff like this. If I had, if there was a difference between American shows and Korean shows when it comes to this dramatic stuff, I say Koreans like this. These Korean shows can really draw it out. They can build it up and then they will draw it out and break it down. They would really, really break it down. And I like that. American shows, they'll build it up all right for a couple of goddamn seasons and episodes, but it's like done just like that. It's like you build it up for so long, and it's like 5 seconds, 5 minutes, we're gonna talk about it, and then it's on to the next drama. It's like it's just like it's a lot of drama, but you don't have time to really digest it. They're gonna build it up, and then it's done. It's done. It's going to the next thing. It's on to the next thing. It's on to the next thing. This is why I can really appreciate Korean shows. You're right. Unless it's a 10 to 8 to 12 episode, and I'm talking about American shows right now. Unless it's an 8 to 12 episode series that they're just gonna cancel after 2 seasons, Netflix. Usually the drama is done and over with. They're gonna build it up for forever, and then it's done and over with. Korean shows, you're gonna get the build, you're gonna get the breakdown, and then you're gonna get a conversation. I can appreciate that. For somebody who enjoys communication, I can appreciate that. I like that. 9 out of 10. Solid show so far. The landing, and I've said this before, the landing on Korean shows, not everybody can make a good landing. This is around the point where I can tell that they're drawing it out for 16 episodes. And I don't know why. It's like by episode 13, they usually get done with all the story. They can easily wrap up all the storylines, but they're adding like a little tidbit here, draw that out, and then we're going to come back around and wrap everything up in like 30 minutes of the last episode. We're going to build it up and we're going to wrap it up in like 30 minutes. I always had an issue, not with every series, but with majority of the series. I have an issue with them wrapping it up so fast. I know they do their productions based off of TV shows. They do their productions differently. I think they shoot and write the show as it's airing. I think that's what I get from TV shows. I don't know the specifics, but that's what I get from their TV shows. Let me see. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Y'all need to check this out. My Unfamiliar Family. This is going to be a pretty long episode, pretty long review, but it is episode 1 to 11. I gave a quick synopsis. If you like how I do this particular format, give you a rundown of episode from 1 to such and such, nice little clip in between, giving you my opinion on it, and then give you a review. So far, I'll do that. I'll also do that with the whole series, depending on how long the episodes are. Next video I'm dropping, Knives Out 2 is out. I'm gonna rewatch it again. So I did watch it on Christmas Day. I watched it on Christmas Day, and I was waiting for Christmas Day. I did not watch it on the 23rd. I wanted to watch it on Christmas Day. I was looking forward to it. It did deliver. I'm not gonna hold you. Writer and director Rian Johnson delivered. I will drop that review next. I also am watching another mystery, Agatha Rising. So I'm going to do a review on Agatha Rising. So far, I'm on season 2, episode 3. I think I'm going to get done with season 1 and 2 and then do a review on it as far as mystery. And then I need to go ahead and not present, but also talk about some anime with you guys. So I watched Chinese. I've been killing the Chinese anime right now. I don't know the official name. Korean anime or Korean webtoons series on Netflix dropped, Lookism. I've only watched 2 episodes of that. I was already reading Lookism, so I'm well past what they're going to animate. I'm positive. I haven't read it in about a year or 2. I like to let it build up, but we're going to talk about that, and we're also going to review some mangas that I read, webtoons that I read. I have more time to do these reviews and shoot these videos. Bear with me, guys. I do get a lot of anxiety. God darn it. I do get a lot of anxiety talking to the camera and then having to post it. I'm an introvert at heart. I really am. And I stay quiet. So just bear with me. I'm going to start uploading on a regular basis. I just got to work through this anxiety. So like, subscribe, share, and comment below. Let me know how you guys, what you guys think of the format, what you guys think of the series, and what you guys think of my rating and category. As far as categories, this is binge worthy. That's it, hands down. I can binge and watch this, and I'm good. And that's it. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.